suggest is we can still have a data call and let's get the network team and the database team again on the call. What happens is during the call, data call, I think we do one more round of check together, right? There is no disconnect. So you can show what you are seeing, they can show what they are seeing, database team can show what they are seeing. So at the same time, we will be able to, have the everybody talk at the same time simultaneously and get the, brainstorm and try to understand what could be the problem. At least we will get some path forward, if not the solution.
We already received some comments from network team about it.
Okay.
When we had the
one
call
we
with
discussed.
okay. When we had the call with them, they took some traces. They reviewed the traces and shared with us that the application is not sending data to the server. And that's the problem. The first time you try to send or try to log in, the application is not sending the data. And that's the problem.
The place has been abandoned since the fire.
Problem now is
I see no scorched trees or...
You're pretty damaged. The fire was quickly...
Not soon.
They were trapped a week...
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better.
It's a very old building, you know?
Huh.
Come on, let's go up there.
You're the one who looked after the hawk.
Don't think I was trying to hide.
That's one.
Yeah.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You met...
He talks.
That's not far. You know, Charles was like it, so he's got nowhere to... Is there anything...
Our server.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be...
Wise attitude.
And ours.
But apart from old Silas...
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. Though...
A set... Night falls quickly here.
I'll go with you.
I had to solve
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
That was also validated. Oh. I don't know.
And on the COE issue, I was wondering, and added Linda, so is it that his expectation that he... He just asked who will... Or does he finance to respond? Monitor team. Kind of contact for that. I thought it would be better.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Ryan wants.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
I've definitely been one. Ask the right question.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker takes... Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins
There's a
family.
lot of work.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So,
I
Detective,
still wanted to have that
does this
work.
place inspire any thought?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
I don't understand.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that
Strange idea.
Mrs. Hawkins' father...
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after...
Poor kid.
That was just a
Poor
blip,
kid.
and after that, nothing.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
I
After
don't see
everything
Silas doing such a
has
thing,
expected.
let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
I'm not so showing. Like you will be.
Poor kid. Poor kid. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
But I don't think that it was TLS case.
It will be a lot of problems.
I probably this was
Recently fallen.
happy.
It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
When you have a have problems. I'm sorry.
This entrance is still in use. Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You are too new. I get them to go.
Give me that. Control yourself, old man.
You've got guts, you little... Understood.
The police report.
Webster is as stubborn...
He wants to
No.
That's why you...
That's right.
And this door? You still put flowers on her grave.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person.
Let me shed a...
We are not able to make.
Take the... Go on, then. Just...
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Just Alberto, wait 2 minutes. We really need to. Your invite did you send out? So it is every what we can. Get it. What I would suggest, because this call of our happens on Thursday. And the final date we have on Thursday. So the figure that we have, which we can pick up. Current, if the call is after this call, a week, wanted to be like,
I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Thursday after this call sometime.
Rather Spartan.
So I think
The
whatever,
caretaker has simple tastes.
I think by the time it should be after.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
Because
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
I think after we have lost everything, then the 1, 2 P2s. That's my then a follow-up because last week then was
Well, he sent an email yesterday.
so there is some. Are you inside? But unnecessary. But we have here. So this is trying to reach out to
Yeah, Cody.
oh yeah, correct. God. Thank God.
Pierce, shall we... Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas...
You're right. Let's... Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Matches and corridors. This much is enough. Update here. Should be cancelled for both of those. Okay, now this is updated, resolve current. The other pending customer, we have to reach out to the where is it's still
Because it is not a SharePoint issue, but we need to work with the vendor, in this case with the
right.
printer team to get the...
I will just go to that. Okay.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this?
I have put that here. Also updated. Now this, you have discussed this DRC issue with Nil, right? Yesterday? Or not yesterday?
This place is for the head of the family,
That to...
Charles Hawkins.
What did you find?
The boy
What did
was
you find?
probably here.
I'm asking what
Smashed his plate on the floor.
And it here, go ahead and add it.
We'll send an email because it's a process.
They will update it definitely.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched?
Right, this seems to be
Something happened at this table. An argument?
compliments. Give 1 second.
Hey, Pierce.
We will work on
Human
this.
again.
Working, officer.
Oh,
This
thanks,
dinner
George.
table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day.
He has reassigned this to you? What I don't like.
Sarah Hawkins
Children
and
is aware
little
of text
Simon.
source, okay?
The perfect picture of the middle-class
Children
family.
doesn't have such a high.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon.
Okay.
The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
So if I will reassign it to the off. But item. Because Carlos and you are having enough things on your hand already.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself.
Yes, Alberto.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself.
Are going to. No,
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
I don't have the bandwidth. Can I just have to send you. Like that.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
He's not assigning it to the people offshore. He will just keep reassigning it back to you and Carlos. That is not what is.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
I have moved it out of your and Carlos's queue because you don't have time, not because. Not do it here, not because of that. What
The
is
child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
anything? Who's working? Mahit. Not how it should be.
They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Not you and Carlos.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Hey, Shubham, I will start working on the incident.
So I think, like I mentioned, please reassign that back.
I will try
This
to
should
work.
not become a habit. See, okay, you work, do some, and provide this. Not become a habit, right? I am fearing this. And if I know that you guys are loaded, and I'm telling that please assign this to someone else, it should come back.
Did someone escape the fire?
How will this progress?
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident.
Right from possible this.
This was a fight.
This is my fear.
Someone fell here.
Back to Ani.
A desperate attempt to flee.
No, we don't. What happened like that? able to resolve it, good.
So,
But then-
Detective, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I will try to review it. Most.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an...
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a...
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
What we look forward to.
Sure.
Okay.
Bye bye, Shubra. See you.
Bye. Have a good day. Bye.
This door is locked.
Se supone que mientras más vas encontrando para
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep. A crowbar could prove useful. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police? Locked. The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Acho.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. The door is blocked on the other side. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? The door is blocked on the other side. Bradley? Is that you? What will her room reveal about her? Perfect.
No, de otra manera hubieras podido entrar.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
¿Hubieras podido encontrar la llave o no?
Is anyone there?
Ahí es donde se escuchó el ruido. ¿Pero?
You! Stop!
Ábrele.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. There's something disturbing about this painting. What was going through that boy's mind?
Me estoy fijando que sí se está terminando la... Es decir, el aceite de la lámpara grande.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This door was closed earlier. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Charles and Sarah's wedding is painted by Sarah herself.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater, the Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. I must find a way to activate the opening. Great. I managed to force the gears. It looks like I've triggered something. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
Bueno, espero que ya hayamos terminado el tercer capítulo, lo cual así es. Nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo.